Hi, friends. In our time together today, I'm sharing a practice recommendation, but not my normal practice recommendation. When I share practice recommendations, they're normally on how to, things like how to do breath pressure better, how to cover the holes better, how to work on tone quality, how to do transitions from lower to higher notes, all that technical fun skill stuff, skill related things that hits our head, our hands. Today, my practice recommendation is heart focused. It's that more visceral gut level recommendation. My recommendation today is consistently dive into playing and practicing without fear. If you're like me, I am a little concerned that I'm going to crash and burn when playing something. Now, I'm less concerned if I'm playing something slow, because I feel like I could do that better. You have your sweet spot, right? So if I'm playing a slow tune, that opening to a Nachman. And it's beautiful. And I love playing slow tunes. But I also really enjoy fast tunes. But when I start to really get into a fast tune, so Harvest Home. See, right out of the gate. I went to play it, and boy, that was a two or three different mistakes in there. Now, if I was out performing, I would be pretty happy, somewhat satisfied with the playing of the air. I would be completely dissatisfied with my faster tunes, and I'm still working on that. What I find though is that performance fear holds us back. It's a barrier that we need to pass. And the only way you pass the barrier is by, I'm sorry to say, failing. Failing is the fear, and failing is the only way you're going to get through it. So mistakes happen. If you're going to the park and you're playing, then if you're only comfortable playing those reels and jigs and hornpipes at a slower pace, play them at a slower pace. If you want to sit there and play airs and ballads all day, play airs and ballads all day. That's perfectly fine. When you're practicing, when you're playing, dive in. Face the things that you're reluctant of, you're concerned about first. Mistakes happen. You will squeak in an octave transition when you don't want to. You might miss a note. You'll get fumbly in a fast passage or in a transition. That's okay. Mistakes happen. And don't let those hold you back from doing what you want to do. You want to learn to play the whistle. Do you want to play for other folks? Play for other folks. Just go do it. Do you want to just sit in your backyard and play? The neighbors might hear. Sit in your backyard and play. Do you want to go to the park and play? Well, people might not like it. Go to the park and play. It's perfectly fine. Work past that. Think of fear as a barrier, because it actually is. It's what stops us. Sometimes fear protects us. We won't go through all those situations. Fear protects us from a lot of stuff. But with something where you're not actually in danger, fear becomes a barrier to your growth. And so you need to push through it. And like I said, the only way you push through it is by your fear of failing. Well, you have to fail in your music. You have to see the mistake. You have to play the passage. You have to make the mistake in order to go through it. Now, that doesn't mean that you sit down and make mistakes. That means you sit down and play. So mistakes happen, push through it. And remember I said consistently dive in. It's not you're going to make that mistake once, and if you push through it, you'll be okay. You're going to have to break through that wall a number of times until you're comfortable and you feel fine about it. Now, it's also important to realize that some things that people want you to think are mistakes are not mistakes. They're preferences. Okay, a preference. This is my Howard low D. You all know I love my Howard. Now, when I first grabbed the low whistle, I was told that you hold the low whistle by putting your fingertips as the pivot on top of the third and sixth hole, and then you let your hands find a comfortable spot. Well, my fingers aren't long enough to hold the whistle, to stabilize it. Now, different people do different things. For me, with my thin, shorter fingers, I went to a full piper's grip. I told you I recently went to a modified piper's. I went to the traditional grip on the top and the full piper's grip on the bottom. That's so I could stabilize the whistle. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I know some people that stabilize the whistle with their ring finger between, because there's a lot of room between the fifth and sixth holes, they use their little finger to play the sixth hole. There's nothing wrong with that. But people will tell you, well, that's terrible. I know professionals who play that way. So I've seen professionals play a low D whistle like this with their fingertip pads. Nobody recommends that. Well, maybe the people that play that way. So that is not a mistake. That is a preference. Think about jigs and reels and hornpipes and all those fast tunes. I don't play the fast tunes as quickly as a lot of people I admire, and sometimes I sit back and go, man, I wish I played as well as they did. What I mean is I wish I played as quickly as they did. Now, I love playing slow airs. I love playing the fast tunes. But my heart's drawn to those emotional, slower tunes. That's not a mistake. That's a preference. Some folks will play slow tunes on the low whistle and faster tunes on the high whistle. That's a preference. All these things are preferences. Anyway, back to actual mistakes. One of the ways to deal with them is you keep going. You keep on moving forward. When you find a mistake, say, well, that's a mistake in your head. Realize it and work on it. Were you performing somewhere and you squeaked and squawked? Well, maybe that was your nerves. Go home and practice it a bit when everything's over. Smile. You don't even have to say anything about it. Just keep going. If you're playing in public, I guarantee you most of the time, unless it was something really funny, people don't notice. Did you play a different note than you intended to play? I guarantee 98% of the people there didn't notice. It's perfectly okay. So my practice recommendation today, and I realize that I'm just all over the map here, is yes, we make mistakes, but you and I have a goal of how we want to play the whistle. We have a target in mind. I want to become a better musician playing the whistle. And that only happens when I stop worrying about my performance and I just play the whistle. Play your whistle. Play your whistle. Dive in consistently. Play your whistle. Have fun. Throw your heart into it. Sure, work on all the technical skills, but throw yourself into playing the whistle. Are you worried about playing in public? Then go break through that barrier and play in public. Are you concerned about playing in the park or the neighbors hearing? Break through that barrier. Enjoy your playing. Consistently dive in. Musical perfection in this world is an illusion. None of us are going to reach it. You talk to Joni Madden, you talk to Yo-Yo Ma, you talk to any great musician you could think of and ask them if they're perfect yet. None of them will say they are. They're still striving and working and growing. So today, my goal is simply to say, my friends, dive into the music you love. Learn it, play it your way, play it where you want. Don't let fear or performance fear stop you from progressing in your growth to becoming a better musician. So today, just grab your whistle and play it, and play it, and play it, and have fun. I hope that's helpful, my friends. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling.